So as you're wrapping up your story, your narrative story, we need to really think about how are we going to wrap things up. And one possibility is you can leave your reader with a message or a lesson or a theme or something that makes this story really important to you, but also can make it important to the reader. And so we're going to think about how are we going to leave these last moments of our story with the reader. In fifth grade, trying to do this, we study a lot about the idea of theme, the message that the story leaves with the reader. And so we're not going to just tell our story, beginning, middle, and end, this is what happened, but we want to really think about what our story is about. Sometimes this doesn't pop off the page just instantly, so we need to reflect on this. So for me, I gave the message or the example about how one time I was scared to go on a high dive and climb up the steps and actually jump into the pool. And so I really didn't think I could do it. I was nervous. I could focus on that story on getting over my fear and how important it is to face your fears and do something that's challenging to you, because if you do that, then you can actually accomplish, great things. That could be the lesson that I walk away with. Or I could focus more on how a friend really encouraged me to dive and told me I could do it and kind of helped me along the way, just encouraging. And that lesson could be that a good friend's encouragement can push you and help you to accomplish things. Those are two, same story, two ways of looking at it, two lessons, and you might have more than one. So as you're thinking about this, say, okay, what really sticks out to me as something that's important with this story? So let's focus here. Think for a moment. What's the message that you might want to leave with your reader? And how can this be something that's beyond your story, not just your little story, but something that's bigger so that it impacts the lives of, many people and they can relate. It needs to be a message that's universal. And it should apply to many people, not just like one specific instance. Okay, if you have a story about how you had to have a group project and you ended up not getting your stuff done or you forgot to bring it, your messages should not be at the end. As I look back at the story, I realize it's always important to pack your materials so that you're ready to present with your group and not let them down. Okay, that's very specific to your story. Let's think bigger picture, something along the lines of, as I think back about this memory, I realize how important it is to always be responsible so that you don't let other people down. That can apply to more people than just talking about specifically a project, a group project. Think about what's the big picture. Well, it's responsibility or having others rely on you and not letting them down. Be broad, be bigger with your message, something that applies to a lot of people. And so if we look at this, some examples of that could be, okay, family is important. When you have this and you say, okay, this story really showed me that family means a lot to me, or family is important, or friendship is important. Another one, be true to yourself, okay? Maybe you're different than others, but you could say something along the lines of how you should always be comfortable with who you are as a person and not try to fit in and be like others. Or something along the lines of overcoming fear, showing courage. The example here, showing courage can result in things you never thought possible. Everyone needs love. Overcoming problems with perseverance. Perseverance is a big message that a lot of you, it could apply to your story where you don't give up. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. Honesty is important. Stepping out of your comfort zone can result in new and exciting things if you just take a step out and try new things. All these ideas can be something that apply to not just your story, but to really to everyone, all humans. And so it leaves them with this little message to reflect and think about how they can apply that to their own lives. So really, to wrap it up, you just kind of have
have to have a statement similar to this at the end. You can put it in your own words, but as I look back on this memory, I realize, and then have one of your themes here. As I look back at this moment in my life, I really learned that, as a bigger brother, it's my job to take care of my younger siblings, or to look out for them. Or you could say, as I reflect on these events, now I understand how important it is to always value time with your family members, because they might not always be there with you. Something along those lines at the end of your story. I want you to try that today. And there, I'll specifically be looking that you apply some sort of lesson or theme or message to what you learn with your story. Okay? Can't wait to read them.